Hey, Gordon, Rick Bonnell, the Charlotte Observer. Um, JB the other day was talking about how ideally he would like to have a less structured offense this season full of scripted plays. He mentioned you as somebody who that could really work to as far as your ability to sort of read and react. Could you talk about the contrast between an offense that's full of plays versus one that's more that sort of concept driven?
Yeah, I mean, I think throughout the course of a basketball game, certainly there are moments where you want to kind of have both of those. I think I think less scripted, more on the fly, faster, almost like the hurry up offense in football is harder to guard because I think there's more variability, there's more randomness. It's like I said, it's faster, so the defense maybe isn't as set. Maybe they don't have the same right matchups. I think you're asking a lot of players in that type of offense, though, because you need to be able to still get good shots. You still need to be able to, have a rim threat, have a paint threat, have driving kicks. It's a lot easier to get kind of the shot that you're looking for when you slow the game down and call a play every time. So I think so far in camp we've done a good job of trying to flow into different offenses and to different read based actions. And the more we can keep doing that and grow kind of our chemistry together, I think the better we'll be. But I think in every basketball game, there's times where you do need to settle things down and make sure you get a good shot.
Is it fair to say that that sort of passing game type of reading style lends to your skill set?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that I've been at this point in time now in a lot of different offenses and certainly been in both of those. And I enjoy ball movement, player movement, getting cuts, able to, come off of multiple different actions, kind of organic pick and rolls, organic dribble handoffs, organic kind of things that happen within the flow of the offense that you don't have to necessarily, set and call up. So I do like playing that way.
Thank you.
Sam?
Hey, Gordon, hope you're doing well. Sam with Hornets.com. Just kind of you've been in training camp 8-9 days now. What is sort of just your reaction on how the first week has gone, both on the court, off the court, especially for you coming into a new environment and kind of taking on a leadership role this year as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been good. This has been the craziest training camp I've had. I think everybody is adjusting as we are doing a virtual media session right now. And I'm trying to, kind of at the same time of camp, figure out how I can move my family down to Charlotte. So I'm still in the process of working that out. But I think camp has been good. I think that, certainly there's going to be, we have a lot of room for growth. I think, we're going to have some, for sure, ups and downs throughout the season. I think it's going to be something that hopefully we learn and get better each game. And, we're playing our best basketball at the end of the season. But I think if we, continue to work on kind of how we improve as a team, both offensively and defensively, and constantly getting better, constantly improving, we should be pretty tough.
I know you played your quick follow-up. I know you played your last game with Boston in September, and most of these guys haven't played in 9 months. So do you feel like the eagerness and excitement with the rest of the guys on the team, even though this is a preseason game, how excited they are just to get back and start playing a game?
Oh yeah, you can definitely feel it from the players, the staff. It definitely has been a while for them. It's that's what I mean when it's a crazy training camp, certainly, and it does not feel like it was that long ago for me that I was in the bubble. But here we are, and I'm just as excited to get going, and it should be a fun year.
Thank you.
Let's go Rod and then Nick.
Hey, Gordon, Rod Boone here. Yesterday I asked JB, what did he learn most about you so far in his 2 weeks that you've been here? And first thing he said out of his mouth was that you love donuts. I mean, what about that, man?
Yeah, I brought in Krispy Kremes for the team, I think, on our recovery day. It's one of my things that I like. That's like my nutrition kryptonite, but we bonded over some donuts.
The other thing, too, is they mentioned how much you've been a calming influence so far here with the players and everything, man. Just what about that, and how much do you value being a veteran presence for this team that's full of young players right now?
Yeah, we do have a lot of youth on our team, and so trying to just help us just improve in different ways on the court, whether it's spacing, whether it's cutting, just reading certain actions, slowing down a little bit. I think we were a little going too fast, as everybody does in training camp. Certainly too, like we alluded to earlier about haven't playing since March. So just trying to help us out in that regard, and kind of have some stability out there on the court.
Thank you.
Go to
Gordon,
Nick and then wrap up with Danny.
Gordon, this is Nick from NBC. You have had such a limited time to get to know what this team is, especially with two major acquisitions and additions in you and LaMelo. What do you know about this team just a few weeks in?
Yeah, I know that we have a good group of guys that I think want to play basketball the right way. I think we are, a hard-working group of guys, that's for sure, after, being with these guys now for, I think, a couple of weeks. And, we're going to find out more about ourselves as we get going here. That's kind of always happens. Certainly in the preseason, it'll be good to go against another team and see exactly kind of where we stand and what we need to get better at, because there's for sure going to be things that we need to get better at. And, I think looking forward to kind of getting this thing going so we can kind of figure out where we need to be better and how we can improve and how we can grow as a team.
Go to Danny.
Gordon, Danny Thompson with the three-point conversion. You're, I think, the only guy on this roster that played in the bubble. So you played in games without fans. Have any of the players come to you for any type of advice or asked you what the feeling is like? Because the last time most of these guys have played, they were with fans. Did they have to come to you for any type of advice so far?
Yeah, I've talked to multiple guys about what it's like, and it's hard to explain. It's hard to put into words what it feels like, because I think everybody is used to playing with fans, and it's a different vibe. It's a different environment. There's the backdrop is going to be different. It's just the feeling, the atmosphere. It's all way different, and you almost have to experience it before, to kind of know what it feels like. I told them that it's going to be something where we have to obviously bring our own energy, and there's the kind of the spark that you get, especially like when you are, up, like, for example, like when you're up 20 points and you're at home against a team, a lot of times in the NBA that can turn into 30, and it can kind of just get out of hand just because of the crowd. Or if you're at home and you're down 20 points, it's a quick comeback. Because the crowd gets you into it, you get going, and all of a sudden you're down 10, the crowd's cheering you on, and next thing you know, the game's close and it's tight. Well, you don't have really hardly any of that without fans. So you have to solely rely on all that with your own team. And, it's something that we're going to have to deal with, experience. I think these preseason games will be good for us to feel that out a little bit, and it'll get, it gets more and more comfortable as you do it. Certainly at the beginning, it's even more weird. But as we go along here, it's just going to have to be something we roll with.
And lastly, to follow up, I know in your case, you've been trying to do the adjustment with your family not being around. But do you have a sense of excitement about tomorrow? I know your family's not here, but does it tomorrow's game kind of take the place of your family not being there as you get started with a new season?
I would be excited whether they were here or not. I don't know if it takes the place of them not being here. I wish they were here to be able to watch the games. My girlies have been they've been itching to go to a basketball game. They have their little cheerleading outfits, and they love going to games. But certainly I'm excited about it, and like I said, it's the first step for us. I don't think we should overreact or underreact one way or the other. We should look at it as something where we can try to improve and build and, keep moving forward and keep improving.